When you need her, she'll know what to do and she'll be there for you. Where you will lead her, there's nothing Adele couldn't think of to do. She's all you ever needed in the wrong situation. You're caught in the middle, no way of escaping. Till out of the blue she runs into you. There's nothing that she couldn't do. She's the travel counselor.
Oh, thank you so much for the paperwork. I'll add it to my files a bit later.
Thanks for coming to see me.
That's okay.
I was pretty apprehensive. My wife pretty much convinced me to do this, so I'm confident that I need to do this, but I'm not confident actually doing it.
That's okay. You know what? It's just about giving it a go. If you like the experience, you can keep going, and if you don't, it's fine. No one's going to be forcing you to do counselling, but you know, hopefully you do find it helpful and you get to know me and you feel more relaxed.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So how have things been for you? You obviously have got me for a purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm finding hard with my relationships with everybody. Been unemployed for a while now, and what's upsetting me is that when my family are home, I wish they were away. I wish I was on my own. And so I get to Monday morning, and Monday morning's my favourite time of the day because I can just be left alone and I don't have to talk to anybody. And I know myself that's not very healthy. So, yeah.
So you're obviously married with children?
Yes.
Yeah, how many kids have you got?
Two boys.
Okay. Oh, 2 boys, okay. When you just isolate fatherhood, how are you finding that experience?
It depends on the situation, it depends what I'm up to.
Tell me a good day.
Okay, good day. Like doing some sport with the kids, playing with them. When we've got a task, when we don't have any, not a task, but when we've got an activity, that's fun and that's good. When we don't, I just wish everyone would go away. Yeah. So, you know, to be involved in something is healthy and good. Well, it is nice, I should say. But when there's nothing on, when it's day-to-day life, being a parent, just, you know, get ready to do this, blah blah blah. I don't think I'm offering them the best of me.
Okay, so it's the routine part that you're not really feeling okay about.
Yeah. Like I rush it through. They're getting, because I'm unemployed. They're getting them to school's pretty much my task.
Yep.
I'm good at it. Like good time management in that regard. But in some ways, it's almost selfish because I'm trying to get them out the door so I can be on my own.
So the intent is different.
Yeah, I think so.
Do the boys know that though?
No, I'm sort of. Well, I don't want to hurt them, so I sort of keep it to myself.
Yeah. So they just think you're a normal dad. So for them, you've covered it up.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think I've helped them a lot because they're self-reliant. You know, they're organised. As long as I can get the teenager out of bed, once he's up, he's moving, and you know they have life skills already because we have expectations that they start to do their own thing. You know.
So do you have a relationship with your boys where you can sit and talk to them? Can they come home and tell you about their days? Like, how's that?
They do, but they do it more with their mum. I think because they spend more time with me, that my relationship is more routine and or fun, and their relationship with their mum is deeper. They converse at a deeper level, and I know that because she tells me. This one's worried about you for this reason, or this one's upset about this.
So she's more into the emotions of things.
Yeah.
How are you emotionally?
I consider myself a very emotional guy. I'm in touch and in tune with my feelings, and I think that's what's enabled me to get here and to do this now, because I can see that I'm not processing things not correctly. Well, you know, my resilience is pretty low.
today?
What?
Why were you at school?
I got a call from your school.
Yeah,
So
you meant to answer the call and just talk to them.
Excuse me, how I speak to your teachers is my business, alright?
Yeah, but you didn't need to go to school. You could have just spoke to them normally, like a normal person on the phone.
Sorry, are you in charge of this situation?
Mate,
Because
what
you're
are you
not.
doing?
Okay, no, excuse me, he's absolutely out of line. He doesn't get to talk to me like that.
Calm down.
Pardon?
I love you, but this is wearing thin. You can't be speaking to him like that.
Like what?
That's right, you shouldn't have gone down to school without me.
Are you kidding me? Like, what?
He's the priority. His needs and well-being come first. Just cut it out. Relax.
People are unreal. Stuff.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So, when the boys come home, say they had a really bad day, and they've only got you to talk to, do they find it easy to talk to you, and how do you normally respond?
I think they do. Case in point, my eldest one had his bike stolen last night, and he was really disappointed. Like, he was upset. I think he was a little bit scared that I'd be angry. I was a little bit angry, but not really at him. It was more just anyway. But I've smoothed it over and I worked.
So
with
he
him.
wasn't sure how you would react.
Yeah.
So do you normally react angrily to things?
Yeah, I lash out.
Okay. So you lash out.
Yep, and I know that. You know, so not violent, but I've got a pretty hurtful mouth. You know,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know.
So they've got a little bit of a fear factor with you.
I think so.
Yeah.
They're confident enough to. Well, actually, I'm going to go one step further and say that actually I can see them picking up that same stuff. You know,
Right, okay.
They're both quite cutting back at me,
Okay.
and it's justified. You know, I can see it and I see where they're getting it from. They're picking up that bad habit of mine. That
So there might be a bit of headbutting as
this is a
well.
lot of headbutting.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And being boys as well.
Yep.
Yeah. What about with your wife? How are things with her? You were kind of saying to me about relationship and yeah.
Well, yeah, I just find that there's got to be something wrong because I just want her to be quiet.
Okay.
As in, like, and same with the boys when they're waffling on, telling me stories that are not important, or with my wife, like, I'll get up in the morning, and we're both early morning people, and she will go, oh, can you do this, that, and the other thing, and this, that, and then, what are your thoughts on this, and blah, 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 and, you know, and I'm like, can I have 15 minutes just to sit here and be awake first, type thing, and she doesn't get it, and she does it every day, and because it happens so frequently, I'm quite blunt back to, you know, instead of just going, honey, let me have a coffee and just chill,
Right.
I tend to be snappy.
She's the travel counselor.
All right. So you were saying that you're unemployed at the moment. How's that financially for you? Are you coping okay, or is that causing extra pressure?
It's extra pressure. We've been falling short, you know, 4 days a fortnight, as in like 4 days before the next pay, where we are flat broke with a pile of bills, and, you know, I'm applying for 5 to 20 jobs a day, and in fields where I was considered an expert and not even getting an interview. So, you know, I don't know if that's just age or the time I've been out of employment and stuff. So it's pretty heartbreaking.
No, I like that one. It's pretty good.
Oh, I prefer Sarah.
Hi, I'm Liam. Nice to meet you.
Good morning.
G'day.
Hello.
Hi.
Morning.
Thank you for seeing me today.
So Liam, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure.
So tell me, Liam, why did you apply for this job?
I just feel
How do you organise, plan and prioritise your work?
Can you share an experience in which you successfully shared a difficult piece of information?
yeah, sure.
Can you share an experience when you apply new technology or information in your job, and how did it help your company?
I like to think I'm
What would you say are your personal strengths?
well.
What would you say you may need to work on as a person?
I don't want to be argumentative.
Can you tell us about a job
Can you share
that
us
you have
an
done for
experience
yourself?
when you applied new technology? Thank you. We'll get back to you in 3 days.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You said that your wife encouraged you to come to counselling sessions. Is that because there's a lot of arguments at home, or what was her main purpose? What did she see in you that made her realise, I think you need some help?
I think it's a combination of my snappiness, my preference to being alone, and drinking way too much.
Okay.
More too frequently than too much volume. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's not like I'm asleep on the kitchen table or anything like that. But
How often would you say do you have a drink every night?
most
Most nights.
most, yeah.
And is that because you think about things, or is that after an argument? What do you find the trigger of drinking is?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm really not sure. Like,
Okay.
it's generally not an argument. It can be. If I have a big argument, I'll go stay at my brother's house to separate myself from the argument without, But, it compounds. Like, the argument will be about something and I'll be affected by alcohol, and then the alcohol becomes part of the argument.
Right.
Because obviously I'm not in the right mindset when your judgment's impaired and stuff. So.
And sometimes I do know that a lot of people who feel alone, whether they are or not, but they feel alone, they can turn to the bottle for company. Kind of becomes a friend.
Yeah.
Is that how you kind of also?
I think
might
so.
be happening?
Yeah, that, and I know this to be true because I've had other substance abuse issues.
Okay.
That it's almost like removing myself out of me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like,
Yep. So it's like escaping your whatever you're thinking or feeling
Yep.
at the time, your reality.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. What you said you had other substance?
Yeah, I had, when I was a kid, I smoked a bit of pot.
Yeah.
It was a problem for a couple of years,
Yeah.
but then I just lost interest in it. And,
Okay. Yeah.
had no interest in it now.
Okay.
Due to a few serious accidents, like with nasty injuries, I picked up a codeine habit.
Right.
So, I was taking them clinically because I needed them, and
Okay.
then I continued to do it, and
Right.
I knew where every chemist in half of the city would be, and how to get there, and go chemist shopping, and taking a lot of codeine,
Right.
So,
And are you still doing that now?
no.
And there's no judgment
No,
from me.
of course
yeah,
not,
It just
no.
helps me understand where you're at.
Yeah, no, but when my second child was born, I realised that I was completely out of control with it,
Okay.
and that I actually shamed myself one day. I basically used my child as a prop to enable me to convince the chemist that I needed it.
Okay. Sounds like a really tough time for you.
It was pretty challenging, but then, I just owned up. I put my hand up and said, I want to change this. I want to,
Wow. And that takes a lot of strength. A lot of strength
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
pretty
that.
proud of what I achieved
Well
with that.
done.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So, I do know I've got those tendencies.
Yeah.
It's certainly easier to buy alcohol than it is to chemist shop for codeine. I think it's a lot harder now to
Right,
change
yeah.
the laws or something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no.
I guess just from an outsider looking in, and I know I've only just met you, and I don't want to presume anything, but when a person tells me that they've got a family, they've got a wife and children, but they're still always feeling alone and they want to isolate themselves, it kind of just triggers some alarm bells in my head about depression. Have you been formally diagnosed though?
Not by somebody who's a specialist in
Okay.
mental health,
All
just
right.
been GPs.
Do you mind if I do a quick depression screen test on you?
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Just so I know exactly what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And because, if I get suspicious of something, I like to rule it in or out.
Yep.
And then I know how to help you further.
Great.
Okay, that's all right?
Yeah, it is.
All right. So this is I'm not diagnosing you with anything, but I just want a screen test is just, I'll ask you some questions and you just say yes or no.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to be looking at just your behaviours at this point. All right. So have you stopped going out?
Yes.
Have you stopped getting things done, whether it's at work or around the house?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you find yourself withdrawing from close family and friends?
Yeah. That's like I was saying before. I want them to go to work and go to
Yeah.
school so I can be on my
Okay.
own.
Do you rely on alcohol and sedatives?
Yes.
Yep. no longer doing things you enjoy? Yeah. What are the kind of things you used to enjoy doing?
Surfing, climbing.
Okay.
So
you're quite outdoorsy.
Very, yeah.
Yeah. And you don't do any of that anymore?
Sporadically, not.
Okay.
It used to be every weekend, or I used to climb it nearly every day. I used to climb 6 days a week.
Wow.
I tendonitis, I climb so much, but
yes.
so.
And you just don't feel like doing those type of things anymore?
No.
Okay.
She's a travel counselor.
All right. So far you've ticked every box in that section alone. All right. Now we're going to be looking at your thoughts. Do you think I'm a failure?
Mm-hmm.
It's my fault? Nothing good ever happens to me? I'm worthless? Life's not worth living?
If I didn't have kids, I would be thinking that completely. I wouldn't be able to erase that thought, but having some experience with like suicide and stuff like that, I look to my family to make sure I don't sit in that mindset, or I try to avoid it.
So you do you've thought of suicide before, or just dying, or how far have your suicide thoughts gone?
To the point where my wife found me in a room that she wasn't supposed to go into in the mornings because she had no purpose. It was a spare room with a bag over my head and cinched tight and unconscious. I'd suffocated myself. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
it was a long time ago. So, but yes, that far. So
wow, thank you for sharing that. I know these are not really nice memories for you to relive, but it just gives me a really good idea on where you're at. I'm sorry that you're getting upset. Are you okay? Do you need a break?
No.
Yeah?
Okay.
All right. We're going to be looking at just your feelings now. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Guilty?
I'm doing it to my family. I'm shaming them. I feel guilty about that. You know, my boys are their childhood. This has been the best time. You know, and they're not getting the best of me, so I feel guilty about that.
Irritable?
Yeah, just snappy all the time.
Frustrated?
Can't get a job. It's driving me mental.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, how'd you go?
Hi, fantastic. Oh, I can't believe it. I nailed it. I totally nailed this thing. So I'm pretty excited. I reckon I've got this. I knew the answers to the questions. I have to be the most experienced person they ever had. So
Oh, that's great. When are they going to let you know?
probably about 3 days, they said. So, you know, I got a feeling that they might tell us earlier because like, I was really on the mark. So, yay. Like this before.
Okay, that's awesome.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Lack of confidence? Yeah. Is that with the job hunting or just in general?
Particularly the job hunting, mainly because, like I was saying, you know, fields that I was a specialist in, that I can't even get a lesser role in that same industry. Whereas, you know, I would still be the most experienced person in Australia and New Zealand in this industry, outdoor travel and stuff, and I can't even get a job fitting shoes. You know, like.
Liam speaking. Hi, how you going? Yeah, no, well, thank you. Good. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. Yeah, I know. No, that's good. It's fun. I totally. Yeah. No, yeah, let's do these things. Okay. Thank you for the call. Yeah, I appreciate being told. Have a lovely day.
Come on, Dad, what are you doing?
You know the job I went for?
Yeah.
The day I went to your school?
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Well, I mean, these things happen.
Yeah, but I'm a bit upset because you may be late having to go to your school.
I mean, I probably did make you be late, but that might not have been the reason why you didn't get the job. They're probably not going to judge you that harshly on being a couple minutes late.
It's not the best look for a job interview though, you know that. You feel not any responsibility?
I mean, like, I probably didn't help, but I don't think I probably didn't cause this, so.
I really needed that job.
I know I didn't foresee that was going to happen.
Because the first impressions count.
I know, but...
Get out of my face. I've had enough of you.
Okay, we'll look into that at one point as well. Unhappy? Yeah. Indecisive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Disappointed?
I'm nearly 50 and I feel like I'm not achieving anything, so I'm pretty disappointed.
Miserable? Yeah. Sad?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at your physical being now, okay? Do you feel tired all the time?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Generally pretty healthy
Good.
and active.
Sick and run down?
No.
Okay. Headaches, muscle pains?
Not something that's not something that I can't put on a cause, you know, like as in, that's sore from an activity or something. So
Yeah, okay.
Not a random thing.
Okay. Do you get a churning gut? Upset tummies?
No, not really. No.
Okay. Sleep problems?
Yep.
Okay. Do you find it hard to go to sleep or stay asleep?
Stay asleep.
So you can't stay asleep. So you can get to sleep, but you just can't. You keep waking up.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll wake at 3 o'clock and that's the beginning. I might as well start the day then because I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be able to sleep after that.
Is that because your mind's spinning?
Yep.
Yeah. So you start worrying about things.
Yep. I wake up and I've got 5 songs going through my head. I've got 10 tasks that I want to do. You know.
So your mind's just everywhere. Okay. Loss or change of appetite?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. As in like eating more or eating less?
Less.
So eating less. Yep. Okay. Significant weight loss or gain?
Gain.
So you've been gaining.
Yep.
Right. So you're eating less but you're gaining? So it's about the type of food you might be eating.
And probably alcohol at night.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Look, from this, it appears that you're pretty much ticked every box to signify that you might actually have depression.
It's alarming as I was processing that while I was answering, just going, well, yep, obviously.
Yeah. So it kind of gives you an answer as to why you're thinking and feeling certain things. If you look up depression, you know, you'll get some information on what it is. You'll be able to relate to it, you know, really well. So the next step to do would be to go to a GP and let them know that, or I can email you this copy and you can tell them that you did a depression screen test and that you've pretty much ticked every box. Okay, will you do that?
Yeah.
I know you kind of gave me a bit of a reluctant look then.
I'm going to do it because there's no point in not going forward with this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be reluctant.
Yeah, because if you've got depression, then yes, I can help you with all the emotional side. I can give you strategies on how to manage depression, but the doctor will give you some other type of alternatives, and then you can pick what you want, the way you want to deal with it.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you so much for being so open and honest. I know it's not easy to talk to a stranger, is it?
No, but you've made it doable.
Good. So you're feeling comfortable?
I do.
So you'll be happy to have another session with me?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Before I go today, though, I just want to check one little thing.
Sure.
With the suicidal thoughts, so now you've been pretty upset today because you've been bringing a lot of things up. So do those suicide thoughts come in?
They do, but I've got mental devices that I use to quell them. If that makes
Okay,
sense.
so the thoughts are there, but you wouldn't do anything about it.
I'm not going to do anything about it. I've got too much to lose.
All right. So what I'm going to do during the week, I'm going to be sending you a text of when the next appointment is for next week. But in the meantime, what will you be doing when I leave?
Look, I'm going to be fine. Okay, like
yeah.
got some stuff I've got to get done.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So you've got someone you could talk to if something happens, or so you can keep yourself busy.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to just leave you in the dark.
No, I'll be fine. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Well, it was really nice to meet you,
Thank
and
you.
thank you once again for being so open with me. And I look forward to working with you. But what's your homework for me? I want you to go to the.
I have to book the GP.
Thank you.
No
Good.
worries.
Go and see the GP. I just want a formal diagnosis. I just want you to
Okay, what's that called again that we did?
the depression screen test.
Okay, cool.
So go and tell them that you had a depression screen test and it flagged depression.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and next week we'll talk again.
Okay.
All
cool.
right.
Thank you.
I'll see myself out, but yeah. So it's nice to meet you.
No worries. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
Bye bye.